Good morning. Let's meditate. I said, let's meditate. But the meditation is simple and we can do anytime and I do multiple times a day. Sometimes I stop everything and appreciate whatever is happening, especially keep me alive. So maybe I just can remind this may be the first day of my life, but maybe the last day of my life, possibly. You never know. To make the most of each moment. And if that's the spirit, meditation may become natural. And the idea is effortless effort. If you have effort, difficulty, usually caused by the mind. Why am I doing it? I have other things to do. What's the priority? And the mind can move. It can be like a storm. Some call it the monkey mind. I use the word joriki, steady power that can be cultivated. To be able to find a state that we can feel at home. Connected to the root of who we are. Not to be lost in the mind. It's very simple. Mind is not the major protagonist. Ego is not the center of the universe. Ego thinks so. But it's a limited view. Don't get all the relationship that keeps us alive. Especially what goes on within us. Heart is pumping, lung is functioning, stomach and all the organs process food, distribute. Mind has nothing to do with it. There's a relationship. If the mind is bothered, what goes on in the stomach can change, may be upset. But mind may not know. So we want to use the whole of what we have. It's called Zen Kigen. Zen is total in this case. Ki is opportunity. Gen is manifestation. Fully utilizing our talent, given talent. Not just narrowly defined mind, but beyond. To do that, mind has to be put aside. And for that, we practice samadhi, no mind, no self. Be in the now, calm and quiet mind. mind doesn't like it because mind want to do whatever the mind want to do because they are programmed. Your parents told you when this happens you should do this, when that happens you shouldn't do this but that. Just an example. So that may be right at the moment given the situation, also what parents may have learned. But you don't want to just blindly practice it. Yet when you're little, you have no choice. You get programmed like a computer. I want to tell you the story of computer because it bothers me. MacBook Air. I don't want to change if everything's working, just like my body. So I delayed, but finally, operating system Catalina is getting old, so they've been telling me it's gonna be closed and can be a trouble. So I spent some money, which I didn't want. I used to just carry 2 MacBook Air 2015 everywhere because of the redundancy reason. And it was just fine. You want to use the tool for the purpose you want, and you don't need anything else. That's one of the principles I shared in my first book, Waste Elimination, Appreciation of the People's Potential. More tools, they can interact, like pills. You take too many pills, they interact. Ideas can interact. So we need to kind of streamline and not carry too much of unnecessary inventories, knowledge. So you can see the whole picture by simplifying, combining, and eliminating what's unnecessary. I'm practicing it. And the meditation, being still in mind, would make the self-organizing process. It's the nature's way happening that brought us to this planet, living, alive, miracle. So there's a miraculous power that we have. The reason of that existence that we got here and alive for whatever reason. Mind cannot do much, can influence in a negative way, worrying and thinking of unnecessaries. So waste elimination. The book I wrote was for the company's purpose, for streamlining the process and empowering people to be involved. And the same has to happen. It's better to happen in a similar manner in our living. Funny thing is less carrying inventory, less thinking, clear up the mind, and we can see things better, to connect even seemingly unrelated item, synthesizing. That's the power of wisdom or new invention, new idea, as if coming out of nowhere from the mind point of view, but somewhere in our unconscious. We are lucky to be floating alive for the time being. We may not realize why, but I kind of feel it. The cells vibrating, I feel, I appreciate floating, floating up on the surface of the wave. let's make the most of it. Let mind be free where it can. Make it freer by effortless effort. Let the way of nature take place. So there's a saying, heaven helps those who help themselves. I like that. Heaven can be interpreted as God, or the way of nature, the laws of nature. And when we have a way to help ourselves, and if it's aligned to the way of nature, laws of nature, then the power magnifies, the cells feel happy, mind get clear, decision may become easier than too much information and confused state of don't know what the priority is. So maybe just one exercise we can do while we are here is to have a calm and quiet mind to see what's really important. To live. And if we don't know that, that's a good point to start. When the mind is clear, waves of the mind get settled, we may see what's inside. Let's see what's inside. And not use the mind when you do that. Just observe what's going on. If or when you see nothing, or you may only see what's going on, or feel from the ear, or nose, or skin, or tongue, or eye, Just be in that state is being in the now, and you are what we call directly experiencing what it is. When I heard the word direct experience, I couldn't figure out what's the difference between the experience and direct experience. That's a long time ago. Direct experience is the experience of being here and now and observing and feeling everything going on. Just experience can be experience in your mind that you carry as memory to process with the mind. Direct is direct. Mind is indirect. Most reliable experience is your being. You cannot avoid it. But you may not be able to feel as it is because mind may bother. Then you are a little bit off. Then go back to focus on breathing or inner body sensation. Any point you choose to pay attention what's going on the skin or the finger or feet or your face, any place, or just focus on breathing. I can hear my heart pounding louder. Just as an example, not to say this is good or bad, no point of judging, and you can feel comfortable when nature plays its role within. Just be as it is. When I meditate, I close my eyes. In Zen, mostly they say half open. It's your choice. I had this awakening experience in Vipassana in 10-day course. As my eyes close, so I'm more comfortable to be closing my eyes. Effortless effort. Off the burden of carrying the mind, playing the game. Or let it play and it will settle on its own when we don't get attached to it. Thank you for joining. Let's make the best of what we've got. Not to be too self-centered. May all beings be happy. By the way, you can join this meditation just a few minutes or even 30 seconds if you like. It's up to you. It's about self-managing your life. I'm not in the position to say anything much about your choice. We're just here to share the time and hopefully make the most of it.